Hi. Can you all hear us clear? Hey. Alright. So, this is going to be a quick one. You could just stay with me. If you could just, I thank God for this day. Thank the Heavenly Father for this time. Father God, you know our strength right now, Jesus, so we just ask that you put a hedge of protection and peace over us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah? Yes. On Facebook. Cool. Instagram. Y'all hear me clear? Just to check. For right now, y'all hear me clear? Thank you. Alright, Steph, thank you. Okay. So, long story short, remember I told you, like, there's so much stuff going on that's not just what you see, the segment. There's things that we can't say. I can't say all the things that I want to say right now, so I'm going to try to say this legally as much as I can. Okay? So stay with me. For the past 7 months, maybe 7, a little bit more than that, we've been in the middle of a legal case. This legal case, they have certain parameters that have to do with justice for child protective services issues, for trafficking issues, things like that. When I say that they had mounds of evidence, they had more evidence than they were willing to read. We have been on this case, like I said, for probably about 7 months, probably a little bit more than that. It's been over 6. I know that for sure. It's been over 6. It's been at 6 months. I know it's been over 6. Okay, y'all with me? Y'all can hear me still? I didn't say a no word. Y'all can still hear me? Cool. Okay. So, for the past 6-7 months we've been on this case. They had certain parameters for this case. This case was not to be taken in front of a judge type of thing. It was a case to be handled by legal teams, plenty of legal teams, right? Like I said, for almost 7 months we've been on this case, and the case has been handed from person to person to person to person. When we first started with this case, there was too much evidence for them to go through. They didn't know which case to pick between. That's how many cases. There was like hundreds of cases in one. Okay. Again, you know that we have everything. And I mean everything. All right. So I called insurance holders. We went through I don't know how many pieces of evidence. There was police reports, child protective services reports, social worker reports, rape kit reports, psychologists and counselors reports. There was every possible thing that they could need. It couldn't have been spelled out more than it was. I'm telling you right now, we got calls that they were like, we don't even cohesively know where this goes to, and we're like, we already emailed you with more of the evidence. What do you need? What exactly do you need? When they called us back, they didn't even realize that they had that much evidence. They were like, this is a lot. So what we have to do is we have to go smallest case first and go for triage. The second they found out about the laptop, we got an email today saying that the whole case was dropped. That's how it works for survivors. That's how it always works. You know, for me, At first, when we first started on this case, I had no expectations. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. I felt like, this is going to go the same way that I always know it will go. When you guys asked us to call the police, I said, I already know how this is going to go. It's going to alert a Freemason. It's going to alert the highest of the high, and they're not going to leave us alone. Look what happened. When I said that, when I first started talking, I was like, if I say too much, we're going to get hit again. Look what happened. Every single time, I don't know how many times it takes people to see that the justice system is rigged. I have everything. If you make it to the event, we're going to turn the cameras off and I'll let you see it. I'll let you listen to it. I don't know what to do. I don't know how many people don't understand. I have been interrogated, re-traumatized, my PTSD, my mother's PTSD. We have went through so much shit, brought up and dug up memories that we lost, we forgot, we buried. We're over it. For somebody new, what happened was the case got transferred to somebody in Boca Raton, Florida. That's what happened. This person that the case just got transferred to never even spoke to us. Never called me. I've spoken to, I don't even know how many legal teams in this mix of this time that we've been on this case. I lost count. We spoke to so many people, but I got the receipts. Every single time. Every single time. There's angels that sat with us while we cried. There's angels that sat with us while we had flashbacks. There's angels that sat with my mother and was her biggest support team that we've ever freaking had when memories got too bad and flashbacks were too bad because we had to be interrogated, which is what I hate. We had to be interrogated. Excuse me, I'm just so irritated today. I'm so irritated. It's just been a really heavy day. Because people don't understand. They're like, well, just sue CPS. Just sue the system. Just do this and just do that. And people sincerely don't get it. It was spelled out. It was spelled out in more ways than one. It was spelled out so much that they said, we even told them, and we have record of telling people we don't give a shit about money. If anything, we told them, if money comes of this, we don't care. The major thing that we wanted was a written apology. That's it. That's it. We have so much record of telling them, because they were like, you got money here, you got money there, you got this and you got that. We were like, we don't care about that. We don't care. File whatever you want. At the end of the day, the money is a bonus. The only thing that we want is a written apology from Child Protective Services, from the social workers, from the people who were responsible. That is all that we wanted. There's no sound?
Of course there's not.
There's no sound. Sound is just fine. Thank you. We can hear. All right, cool. All that we wanted was an apology. Didn't want the money. We could care less about the money. Numerous times we have it documented. Every single attorney that called us, we said we don't want the money. If that's what y'all want, you can take it. We want the apology. That's it. We just want someone to take responsibility. That's it. Didn't want a dime. Wasn't surprised. At first I was like, okay, this is going. Then I seen the army growing. Then so much stuff has happened in so little time that I'm like, you know what, God, I see you working. So I'm going to start putting faith in this situation. That's where I messed up in myself, because I always let my guard down for a second, and that's where I got hurt. Isn't that with everybody? But at the end of the day, whatever sits at the top can't be human. It just can't be human, because the type of shit that is happening can't be human. You see that there's an investigation going on right now in the news with the Biden laptop. Once again, it's going to get up to a certain point. They're going to walk you up to the door, and people are going to get so irritated. It's going to drop and go away, tuck under the rug for a few years. And people are so done and throw their hands up because they like, I done looked crazy to my friends and my family. I done shouted, I don't know how many times and how many ways that I can. I have done the research, I've dug, I've been through hell myself personally. I'm exhausted and still nothing. And so you know what happens? People just throw their hands up and like, and then what happens? It gets swept under the rug again. So I see these investigations going on. And now what? I see that when somebody finds our last name and when somebody digs a little too deep, they get scared. No one wants to take this case. Do you understand what I'm telling you? When I say that the justice system is rigged so bad that everybody is scared to touch something so real. People are scared when if anything, for this live event, the only thing that I give a damn about is for a lot of you guys to meet us. I'm sorry I'm so emotional, but main thing that I care about is for y'all to meet us, to know that we are real. God forbid something happened to us. There's so many of you that know that we are fucking real. And I know a lot of y'all see us on this internet and you see us through a screen. So you don't get that genuinely shit is real. A lot of people don't want to get that genuinely when someone just wants to do something because it's out of the kindness of their fucking heart, you can't believe it because you're like, why are you nice to me? Why do you care? Nobody wants something, it can't be real. The only reason, half of the reason for this event is for y'all just to know that we're fucking real. This is not a joke. That's it. So, we're just gonna document it today. I can't say the name of the law firm that we've been working with, but I'm just gonna call and leave a message for this law firm because I've had to work through shit today. We didn't have the time to sit and cry like I wanted to. I didn't have the time to stay and curled up in a ball like I wanted to. My PTSD is off the chain. The nightmares are horrible. I can't sleep. I soak a bed with my sweat. I can't function sometimes, but we don't have the choice and we don't have the luxury to stop. We got to keep pushing, because if we stop and we sit still for too long, we become sitting ducks, and we not going out like that. So we got to continue to keep pushing. I can't curl up in a ball right now, no matter how bad I want to, because my heart hurts and my body hurts and my mind hurts, and I know my mama feels the same. She just don't express it the way I do. But it's fine. But once again, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to document it. We covered in dirt because we still doing a bunch of shit. And then in a minute, we're going to take our cans in and we're going to recycle those bitches because we don't need your money. I can get out of this car and actually, Mom, do me a favor and just go grab this can bag real quick. Because some people think we're above this shit. Like, it's funny. Just go grab these cans real quick. Because you don't see me covered in dirt. We not above that shit. I don't know what people think when we say we don't need your money. This ain't a money thing. We sold our shit. We picked up cans. We're going to turn that shit in. And we're going to keep it pushing. And I pray to God tonight that we can get a bath. I'm not fucking with you. I can't put this camera too much, but these are bags of cans that are sitting behind us. We are not above any damn thing. We are real people that are struggling just like you are. And there's no merch to be made. I'm not asking you for anything. I don't want you to feel bad for me or my mother. I just want you to understand that this is not a joke. And we tired. And so we just gonna keep going. Are we gonna keep fucking pushing? And I thank God for the angels that are able to sit close. Because the angels that are sitting close right now, they know the truth. Those Telegram admin, they know the truth. The 90 superheroes that have stopped and dropped and we didn't exchange no money, we will fight them over paying for their gas when they get to us because we don't want their money. we want their presence. That's it. Presence is powerful. I'm not trying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm emotional. I'm tired. And I'm irritated. But I know God's gotta have it. Because that's the only option we got right now. The justice system is rigged. I already know that. So. And I know a lot of people that have dealt with CPS, a lot of people that have dealt with these type of situations, you know that as well. There's nobody that wants to fight this demon. Whatever sits at the top can't be human. Because the type of evil shit that's going on, nobody wants to touch it. Everybody's scared of it. This is why you don't hear from other survivors. So I'm gonna leave a voicemail for this law firm because I haven't had a minute to process today. But I'm gonna go leave a voicemail for this law firm, and I just pray that if this law firm does see this, if this was the problem that you got a hold of social media, I don't know what happened, but whatever it is, I know you're listening. So here's the thing: leave survivors alone. Why do we have to have this conversation every time we deal with somebody who got a little bit too much of some credit under their name? Why? Do y'all notice that we have this conversation a lot? People will put their hand, I want to help, I want to do something to hurt. You got to watch out for those who, I want to help, I want to help, I want to help, because some people don't want to help, they want to hurt. Their intentions are not sincerely to help. Their intentions are to make it worse. I don't know. I got to start to question now. The CPS and trafficking situations, do they put these type of people in place to check and see how much people have? Because we handed this law firm, I mean, again, they had more evidence than they were willing to look at.
We actually had more evidence than most of the people they deal with.
Yeah. I don't even know.
I'd say about 90% of the people they deal with.
Capable in their power, we were handing them shit. Like, do you need this? No need to go through the system. Here you go. We got a copy. Here you go. You can have it. And I don't know who's in Boca Raton, Florida.
Florida, you need to watch out. You guys look like you're real good. You guys got morals in that state, but you guys got some shady stuff going on behind the scenes in Florida.
It always got to trade hands. This is what I'm talking about. It always got to trade hands. So for damn near 7 months, I think it's been 7 months. Don't quote me on that. I know it's been over 6, like I said. So for all this time, it's been just trading hands and trading hands and trading hands. One person that got it said, hell yeah, you got a case. Another person that got it said, you got hundreds of cases. Another person that got it said, I got too much for how much you got a case. It went up the food chain. Freeze.
And that's actually what I expected. I'm not surprised at all.
We're not surprised.
I was surprised that they carried it on for so long. I was expecting for it to be shut down right away. But there is no justice for survivors. That's why we're doing things the way we're doing. It's not just for no reason. It's we the people that are going to make the changes. It's we the people that need to stand up. There is no one to call. We've told you that from day one.
Hasn't changed.
A lot of you didn't believe it because you were raised the way I was raised, where people keep their word, people do what they say, people genuinely want to help, people are moral, but that's not the case. There is nobody to call. We've called the police, you've seen that. We've called an attorney now, and you've seen that. There is no one to call.
We've talked to private investigators. That didn't go anywhere. We went to the hospitals. Didn't do a damn thing. We went to the highest of the high over CPS. Didn't do shit. We went to FBI. That did nothing. Made things worse. We've been to churches. We've been to rape centers. I can't. When I say that we have everything. When you see. Some of these angels have legit been sitting there. There's a shit ton of angels we've gotten the call while we've been on the phone with these attorneys back and forth. So there's some angels that have sat with us. And while we have had to, we've told some angels, like, you ready for this? Do you want to be in the middle of this? Do you want to move? Because in all honesty, though, we wanted them to see, like, we are real people. You're not just sitting here because there's somebody, like, harassing us. You're sitting here for decades of shit. So there's angels that have watched us call insurance holders, dig through insurance, get on the phone, go back and forth with attorneys, be interrogated, be torn apart for how long did this happen? Did he use this many fingers? Did they tie you down for how long? Was it this person or was it that person? Can we talk about your CPS, your fathers, your mothers, the foster people? I mean, when I say interrogated, we have fine-tooth combed. How long did it happen? Was it anal? Was it vaginal? When I say the most uncomfortable fucking interrogating, we've done it all.
So for what?
For what, though? Just re-traumatize the hell out of... If that's what they do, you just re-traumatize the hell out of somebody. You do understand that, right? In order to talk about shit like that and be interrogated and choose, like, I'm not talking about this today. See, on here, I have a choice. On here, I have a choice. Like, I'm going to spit this out. I may sweat. I'm going to have some nightmares about this. I'm going to pay for this. But I have a choice on what I decide to say. Depending on how angry I get. I have a choice. But dealing with attorneys like that, I didn't have a choice. We're sitting in this situation. We're going back to this. You're going to be interrogated on this right here. And I got to ask you 10,000 times over exactly what happened for how long and with what. For months. For months. For them not even to call us to tell us what is the problem. Nobody called us. We got an email this morning that said the whole case is dropped. What?
Pretty convenient, though. I told you before that the lawyers and the judges and the social workers, they all work together. But what an easy way to shut down survivors from speaking the truth.
Oh, this morning.
How easy is that?
This morning I hit the floor. I said, no more lives, Mom. We're done. You don't understand what I went to. I've been on an emotional roller coaster since that email. Because I was like, what's the point? What's the point of fighting? What's the point? What's the point of fighting? What's the point of documenting? What's the point of going back and forth? What's the point of reliving? What's the point of living through the PTSD? What's the point of the nightmares? What is the fucking point? And you know what I had to do? I had to realize that there's another survivor that needs our help right now. And I'm not trying to, I don't need your high five. I don't need a good job. I don't need any of that. I'm just being real with you. There's another survivor that needs our help right now. As we speak. And if I don't get up off my ass, that's not the choice that I have. I can't bitch about something that's wrong when I'm doing something wrong too. So we're up. But after today's email, after being on this legal case, after dealing with this legal case, and then the social media, the attacks and the threats, and now I understand why, you know, the pullovers amped up, because we've been on a legal case. Editing the series. I'm on. Woo! Ah. You know when you sit in a corner and you praying for strength you don't have? I'm at that point. I'm at that point. I'm at that point. I'm just like, God, give me strength because you didn't tell me it was going to be this hard. What are we doing, Jesus? And why? Oh, so, and everybody, I see you. I see some of y'all in the comments. I'm blind right now, whatever. But I see some of y'all like, how can we help you? I don't know. Pray and please keep pushing because we tired. We so tired. I don't know. I don't. We have tried everything twice. We already went through this shit. You get that, right? We already went through this shit. I've already went through rounds of attorneys. I've already went through being stalked and harassed from the cops because I decided to say something. We already went through this shit. But because we are also trying to be the realest we can be with no benefit to the shit that we're doing right now, we're trying to show you at the same time. Nobody's getting a benefit out of that shit. Not even us. The only benefit that we're getting is more PTSD at this point. I don't know what else. No. So, I pray that some of y'all can make it to this event. Because I really just want to sit with you so we can say, you see me, I see you. You can't miss me, I can't miss you. It's so cool. If that is the whole point, Gucci. Good. So, it's fine. Once again, it's fine. I don't know the point. I don't know what the outcome is. But after this morning, I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. That's it. I'm just on the edge. And if you're like, what can I do right now? Keep pushing. Because apparently it's not going to change, especially for other sheep, until they see it on the news. Until it's personal. Because when you start going through CPS cases or something like that, then it becomes personal. When you have to deal with these type of people, then it's personal. When you enter a situation where you can't get out of it and it's too big to be true and it's demonic, then it's personal. That's when people want to see it. That's when it's too late. I don't know. For you that's sitting here right now, you may be like, I don't know what to do, and I don't want to see that situation. I'm just trying to help. Dude, we on the same page. Just please keep pushing. I don't know what else to say. We see all these investigations in the news right now. I wouldn't get your hopes up. That's what I'm trying not to do. Because I see that the laptop is on the news. That's a step. That's a big baby step. That's all I can say right now. So I'm not trying to get my hopes up about that. But the second that they walk people up just enough to make people too excited, like your hope is like, woo! And then it's a big letdown, that's when people get frustrated and let it go. All I'm asking you is please don't let it go. That's it. So, I don't know what's next. hour by hour, right, insurance holders? Alright. Cool. I know there's no justice for me. I realized that a very long time ago. I lost pieces of myself that I stopped fighting for. And I know my mom's not gonna give up on that shit because she's still hot, but I did. I know she's not. Are you?
No.
Okay. Well, I already knew that answer. I'm just letting you know that I might be frustrated right now. But you better be happy my mama got me. Because we even the hell out of each other. We balance each other out completely. But I'm going to let you know something. I volunteer. I said this before. You remember the first time I said it? I've said it for years. I volunteer. I freaking Katniss Everdeen volunteer for if you see a piece of me on that laptop. I volunteer to be the very first person you release. I volunteer. I don't know who needs to hear that shit. I don't know who that needs to be forwarded to. But if you find the outlaw Ruby file on the Biden laptop, you have my full permission. Post it. There's some shit people are thinking that can still hurt. Ugh. Do it. At least I know we can get it over with. Just get it over with. Just let's go. Let's hurry this up. Let's hurry it up. But I know some people don't want to do that though, because they don't want to touch the evil that's attached to it. So, all right. God bless you guys. Thank you. 90s once again, the real ones that are sitting right here right now. I feel it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know some people are like, I'm trying to be at the Survivors Unchained event, but the only way to leave my country, a lot of you are trying to come from out of the country to come to this event. Thank you. We sold our shit. We're still in the mix of selling our shit to pay for this event. We don't want you to pay for it. There's no tickets that are $100 a head. There's no merch in a damn thing. You will probably walk away from this event with more than you got there with. I promise you that. All we need you to do is get there. That's it. Go through the vetting process, email the admin, fill out the application, go through the vetting process. If you can get there, the event is free. But for those who are in another country and that are like, I can't leave my country unless I get the jab, in order to fly to the U.S., don't do it. It ain't that serious. Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. We've gotten a lot of texts like that, like we can't leave because of our country parameters. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep fighting, but don't do that. Don't do that. So, the event is second week of January, I think. Yeah, second week of January. You got to go through the vetting process for any more details from there. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for praying. Please pray for our strength tonight. That's the only thing that's looking a little tipsy. Mine. Us. Bye, guys.